Hey guys, so it's been a while since I last posted. I hope everyone is doing well. With this post, I just wanted to play catch up a little bit and tell you about the week that I've had thus far. So, beginning last Saturday, like the Saturday before the Super Bowl, actually, more like Friday before the Super Bowl, life has been fucking grand. So, it started with a call from my cousin saying that she wants to go to Seafood City. Originally, we were supposed to go to this place in Flushing called the Shaking Crab. Maybe I'm really not sure what it's called, but that sounds right. I'm gonna say that's what it is. So it's a seafood place out in Flushing that she wanted to go to, but plans fell through and we ended up going to Seafood City. Initially, I was like, you know what, I don't know what my money's gonna be like, so I don't know if I'll be able to go. But after just like considering it for half a second, I was like, you know what, you've been craving fried lobster for quite a while, and you deserve to treat yourself. So damn it, you're going to Seafood City, and I went. I treated myself to fried lobster and fried shrimp, and when I tell you it was beautiful, Lord, was it beautiful. If you know me, I'm a big foodie. I love seafood and fried lobster. You know, I've been craving it since the summer. So finally being able to get my hands on it, super exciting. So that was Saturday. Sunday was the Super Bowl. I don't really have much to say about the Super Bowl. I am not a sports fan. I don't like sports. I don't understand sports. When it comes to the Super Bowl, I usually go for whatever team wins, which means my team never loses. Never really know who's playing, but if they win, that's the team I was going for the whole time. So I guess in this case, it was like the Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots won. Yay, my team won. But I mean, in the end, I really didn't care because I don't really care for sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more of a books, horror movie, give me food type of girl. But when it comes to sports, I'm just like, I don't get it. Unless it's MMA or boxing. Like real boxing, not, the boxing where they're hugging each other and waiting for someone to get tired. No, the sport where they're beating the shit out of one another. That's the type of sports that I like. So if you're ever interested in taking me to a sports date, UFC would be great. I'm not saying that if my guy wasn't, I'm not saying that if my guy was into, basketball or what have you, that I wouldn't go to a game. I would go, but I don't really understand the hype, so I wouldn't have much fun. But if that's what you want to do, that's what I'm willing to do for you. But when it comes to me in sports, UFC, boxing, that's my thing. That's what I want to do. Anyway, so that was Sunday. Monday wasn't really. Oh well, Monday I did my volunteer work, and I love my volunteer work. It's my thing. It makes me happy. So that was that. But Monday night, like around 10, I got a text from someone I used to work with asking me if I was free at a certain time on Tuesday. I was like, yeah, I don't have much to do. So she was basically like, she bought a ticket for paint night. She wasn't going to be able to make it, and she didn't want to pay to reschedule, so did I want to fill in? I was like, yeah, sure. Then she told me where it was. Paint night this time around was in Bayside. I don't remember ever going to Bayside, and if I have been to Bayside, which is in Queens, I don't think I've ever gotten there by myself. So like having to get off of work and then go to Bayside, take in the Long Island Railroad because that's what my phone told me to do was interesting. So I got my ticket and I thought I was getting on the correct train. But again, if you know me, I have a terrible sense of direction. If the GPS says go right, I assume that they're wrong and I'm going to go left and I'm going to get myself lost. I don't do it consciously, but I do it all the time. Like, I consider myself a pretty smart cookie, but when it comes to travel and direction, I am dumb as hell. That's as nice as I can put it. Like, I have no sense of direction whatsoever. It just doesn't work for me. But anyway, so I bought this ticket to get to get to Bayside. And according to my phone, I was supposed to take the 5:50 train to Bayside. But when I bought my ticket, there was a 5:35 train coming. I was like, oh, my phone just must be wrong. I'll take the 5:35 train. Only to get on the 5:35, and now we're moving for the conductor or the guy who collects the tickets to tell me this train is not stopping in Bayside. It's going express to Great Neck. Where the fuck is Great Neck? And where were you when I sat down on the train? To say I was a little peeved, would be an understatement. I started calling and texting people like, dude, I'm lost. I'm on my way to Long Island. I don't know what's happening. How do I get home? Like, I just got so frustrated that I just wanted to go home. So by the time I got to Great Neck and bought another ticket to get me back home, I was just like, you know what? This train's going local. Why not just go to Bayside? It's right there. couple of stops away. You might as well just take the chance and go. And I did. And I ended up getting to the restaurant where Paint Night was at. Paint Night was in Donovan's, which was like a block off of the LIRR train station in Bayside. And it was such a beautiful restaurant. Like, it's so cozy and so, I don't know, it just felt like a great place to be. So, like, paint night started at about 7:30, and I got there at about 6:30. So I was like, no, I'm gonna sit down and treat myself to dinner. So I had a light dinner, you know, a chicken Caesar, and the chicken was great. Lord, was that chicken Caesar great? A chicken Caesar and a glass of wine. Well, technically, it's 2 glasses of wine. If, like, you know how you go to a restaurant and they pour you a glass of wine, it's like half the glass. My glass of wine typically is like at least a half a bottle. That's 1 glass for me. But I guess that's not what a real glass of wine is. Anyway, so I had a glass of wine and I had this chicken Caesar, and it was really, really cool. And by the time I was done, it was time for paint night to start. I have gone to 3 paint nights in my life so far, and I really enjoy them. Although I have no artistic bone in my body, well, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, painting and coloring, drawing, what have you, I do try my best, or what I think is my best. I don't know. So I participated in paint night, and I was by myself, which was really cool because I've been saying I wanted to do a paint night by myself or a plant night by myself for a while. So being able to do this because of my friend was just, like, really, really dope. So I was really, really, like, grateful and happy that I actually made it to it, you know, and then was able to get home without a hassle. Took a cab. But yeah, paint night was really, really dope. At the end of the clip, at the end of this video, I'll show you what I painted, and you can tell me what it looks like. It's supposed to be an elephant. I see an elephant. Maybe it's not an elephant. I don't know. But it was really, really fun. Like, I really, really enjoyed paint night. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I scored some free tickets to go see 50 Shades Darker. Not a fan of the 50 Shades movie. Love the books. Absolutely love the books. Do not think that they should have been made into a movie. The first movie was horrible, honestly speaking. I mean, it was really bad. Like I said, it should not have been made into a movie. But the second film, it was pretty decent. Like, it was really, really happy. I enjoyed it. There's, you know, the main characters are still not my Anastasia, still not my Christian. But at this point in the game, they're not going to change it. So, I mean, what can I do, you know? So, I went to the movies. It was me, my niece, my sister, and 2 friends of ours, you know? So, it was really cool. It was like a cool little girls' night out or what have you. The movie, like I said, it was okay. It was pretty decent. But the one highlight I had was the sex toy that Christian used on Anastasia. All right, so it's like the spreader, right? So say my arms are my legs. So the spreader, it's a bar between your ankles, you know, my wrist. So a bar between your ankles, and then you have cuffs that go around each ankle. So Christian, you know, he strapped Anastasia in. He's using a bar or whatever. They're doing what they do. And then out of nowhere, he spreads the bar even wider. And he continues to do him. So as he's spreading the bar, her legs are spreading even wider, right? So he's doing him, yada, yada, yada. And then out of nowhere, he, like, picks it up towards his chest and then flips her around in one swift, easy move. And I'm like, yes, I need that toy in my life. I also need someone to use the toy with. But that's a story for another time. So I was really, really excited about that part. At the end of the movie or whatever, I was texting, well, you know, after everyone went their separate ways, I was texting my sister. I was like, dude, I need this toy. If you find it, let me know how much it is. So, like, a couple of minutes later, she sent me a text that said, when the time is right. And I opened it up, and it was the spreader. The expandable spreader. I was like, yes, it exists. It's real, and I want it. I want it now. But, you know, I need somebody to use it. Anyway, so I was, like, really, really excited. My mom asked me what I was excited about. So, you know, me and my mom have a very open relationship. So I told her, I was like, there's this toy. They used it in the movie, and I showed it to her. So she's looking at it, and I'm explaining what the uses are. She's just like, why can't you spread your legs yourself? She kind of killed my dreams for 5 minutes. But then I got back to it. Like, my mom is, like, really old school, what have you. You know, all the toys and things aren't really her style. But they're mine. And I want one, and a person to use it with. That's like a significant other, you know, toy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was Wednesday. Thursday was cool. So Thursday here in New York City, we had a snow day. So, you know, jobs were closed, schools were closed, all these other places were closed. But I was going to a concert that night, and the concert was not canceled for whatever reason. So, I bought my ticket off of Groupon. It was the what was it called? Ladies Night at the Barclays Center. It was, the R&B Super Fest, Super Jam, excuse me, featuring Keith Sweat, Brian McKnight, Jagged Edge, Drew Hill, and a host of other people. I heard about this concert back in January, but I wasn't gonna go because I didn't know what my money would be like, so I just let it go. But then, like a few weeks ago, my cousin hit me up and was like, "Yo, this concert's happening. This is how much the ticket is." I was like, "Oh, I can't afford it, but I hope you go and have a good time." Next thing you know, the concert is on Groupon for like $40. So her and my mom were like, "You should go," yada yada yada. So I bought my ticket. Turns out I wouldn't be sitting with my cousins. And my cousins happened to have bought out the whole row that they were sitting in. And me, because I waited so long to buy my ticket, I would have to sit on the other side of the stadium. But I'll get more into that later. So I get to Brooklyn in the midst of a snowstorm. It's not snowing anymore, but it's super freaking cold outside. And it's in Brooklyn. If you know me, if you've heard me rant, I don't do certain boroughs. Boroughs, and Brooklyn is one of those boroughs that I just don't do. And now I'm standing in this line, which is the Groupon line, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's going basically around the corner, and I'm at the back of the line. The good thing about that was that the line went smoothly and it went quickly. So by the time, I called my second person and was like, "You know what, I'm going home," I was inside of the Barclays Center. But that's when shit started going wrong. They had one metal detector initially for a gang of people trying to get into this concert. And the metal detector stopped working. So now we're not moving. We're basically at a standstill. People are standing like this. "Oh my God, we got to do this. We got to do that." And the security guard is talking about elbowing people if they skip the line. It just really made me uncomfortable. I'm not a person who does well with large groups of people, especially when I'm alone. It just makes me really anxious. So I was like, "You know what, dude, I'm leaving. I'm not doing this." But I waited around for a couple of more minutes, and the metal detector started working. They opened up 2 metal detectors, so I ended up just going through or what have you. So I got through, and now I'm on another line to actually get my ticket. So I get my ticket. I call my cousin. I'm like, "Where are you?" So she tells me, and I go to meet her. So by the time I get to get into the concert, sitting with my family, I had missed Mario Winans. He was the first act up. I heard he was really bad. I only know one song by him, so I didn't really care. I heard he brought out Little C's, but again, I didn't really care. I walked in towards the end of Silk's, Silk, Freak Me Baby, those guys. I will say this about all the guys who were performing: they're all really, really old, but they can sing their asses off. But they're all really, really old, and it's kind of weird. But anyway, so Silk, again, I know 3 of their songs, if that. I know "Freak Me." I know "Let's Chill." I hope that's Silk. And there's one more song. I can't remember the name, but I hear it in my head. But I do know that song. But when I walked in, they were performing "Freak Me." Like I said, these are some relatively old guys. So where we were sitting, we weren't in the front, but we had decent enough seats. And they had the projectors on the side of the stage, so you could see everything that was going on. One of the guys in Silk started flicking their tongue in a provocative way, and it was really gross. And then I was just like, "Oh." I mean, yes, this is the music I grew up on, but I realized that technically I'm still a baby. I'm a youngin', and it's for the older crowd that you're flicking your tongue. But please stop flicking your tongue. It's not sexy. But anyway, so after him, after Silk, which is a group, Eric Benet came out. I know 5 of that's a stretch. I know 4 of Eric Benet's songs. Georgie Porgy, which he performed, "Spend My Life," which he didn't perform, "News for You," which he didn't perform, "Love Don't Love Me," the song from the Brothers. I know that song. He performed that, and then he performed some other songs. I will say he is a very attractive gentleman, and he dresses amazingly. And he can hit those high notes like nobody else can. Lord, if I knew the other songs he performed, it would have been better. But like I said, he only performed 2 of the songs that I knew. But it was a really, really decent performance. After him, I want to say Drew Hill came out. I love Drew Hill. Oh my God, and I love Jazz. And Jazz is so chubby. He came out with his song, when his song came on, "Never Make a Promise." But they sang all my songs. They sang "I Love You," "Beauty," "Never Make a Promise," "5 Steps." It was just, it was worth it. Going through what I went through to get in, it was definitely worth it. So that was that. Jagged Edge came out. Jagged Edge, love Jagged Edge since they came out. Back in 98, I think they made an appearance. Started with Gotta Be, went to Walk Right Out of Heaven, Let's Get Married, the remix, yada yada yada. It was so good. Like I love them. I love their music. Originally, if anybody knows, there are four guys in this group. One guy is having a bunch of legal issues, and I did appreciate that the other members made a joke about it, about him not being there because of his legal issues. But that was dope. Yeah. Oh, also, Big Daddy Kane was there. I don't know any of Big Daddy Kane's music. I wasn't really excited. I mean, he's old, but he could dance. But he's more of a hip hop artist and not like a R&B artist. And I think he's like more of the '80s than he is the '90s. I don't know. I don't know. I really I didn't enjoy that set. But anyway, so after Big Daddy Kane or after somebody, DJ Mr. C, and I'll speak more about him later, made an announcement and said, Keith Sweat is sick. He's not gonna be in. Didn't really bother me because I don't know a lot of his songs. That's a lie. I know a decent amount of his songs, but I didn't care because I didn't come to see him. I came to see Dru Hill and Jagged Edge, and I was really excited. So he was like, well, we have a surprise for you guys, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna be excited. So people were trying to figure out who the surprise was. Turns out the surprise was 112. Who doesn't love 112? Like, dude. They performed, like, their set was extremely long, which I appreciated because, again, all of these men who performed that night could sing. They still did their thing, and it was just like they were singing songs that we grew up on, that we can reminisce about. Like they sang what's the name of that song? Anywhere. That song. Then they also sang Cupid, which is my favorite 112 song of all time. Ain't no doubt about it. Lord knows I really mean it. I'd rather die before I lie to you. Don't judge me for my singing skills, okay? Sounds better when I'm in the shower. But anyway, so they perform all of their songs, and at one point they brought Tyrese out. He wasn't performing or anything, but Lord, that is a beautiful man. They brought Tyrese out. So like after that, to close out the show was Brian McKnight. I know a few of Brian McKnight's songs, and like I said, these really, really old guys, but they performed their asses off and they still got it. As a young kid, I could not appreciate Brian McKnight's music. Like, to me, it just sounded like he was always whining and being annoying. But like, as an adult at this age that I am now, at this stage in my life, like, I totally appreciate all of his music. The music that I grew up on, let me say. Like, I get his message. I get where he was coming from. It's just so soothing and relaxing and just, like, lets you breathe and think. And I appreciated that. So he performed, the songs that I knew, like, Anytime. Is that the name of the song? Yeah. Anytime. He performed Back at One. It was really cool. And then, like, at the end of his set, he gave a tribute to Michael Jackson, to Prince, to Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was just so, so very nice. Like, I really, really appreciated it. It was really, really cool. Like, all in all, it was a really cool concert, and I'm really glad that I went out. DJ Mr. C played the hits. Like, his theme of the night was, we're not going to listen to what today's hip-hop is. We're not listening to that ratchet shit. We're listening to, like, hip-hop. Songs that you could just play. You don't have to play the words because everyone knows the words. He played Biggie. He played Pac. He played Jay-Z. He played Bell Biv DeVoe. Like, it was just such, like, every intermission between sets was amazing. And I definitely give it up to him. It was really, really cool. So, yeah, after the concert, like I said, I was in the Barclays Center. Luckily for me, I have a couple of friends who live close to the Barclays Center. And the line for the ladies' room was really long. So I was like, hey, I'm in your neighborhood. Let me come by. Because I got to pee. I didn't tell him that. And I didn't tell him that I used him for his bathroom. But I kind of did. But I appreciate him. And I had to pick something up from him anyway. So it was cool. I ended up chilling with him for a couple of minutes. And his mom went to the concert. So, we got to converse a little about the concert. It was really cool. Like, Thursday, all in all, was a great night. I ended up getting home around 1. And I had to be up at 6 to go to work the next day. And that was fun. I was extremely tired, but whatever. So, that was that. Saturday, I was just like, dude, I want sticky wings. Let's go to BBQ's. So I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, yo, I want to go to BBQ. She was like, oh, you got plans? I was going to ask you to come out to dinner with me. after work. I was like, let's go to BBQs. So I texted my sister, who was also working on Saturday. I was like, hey, let's go to BBQs. So we all made a plan to go to BBQs, and it was awesome. On our way there, though, my friend and I don't want to say lost, but we got on the wrong train. And I knew it was the wrong train. And I said, hey, I don't think this train is going where we need to go. And she was like, no. It's going where we need to go. No, it wasn't. It went past our stop. And this time it wasn't on me. I feel very proud about that. So, after we got off the train or whatever, or what have you, and prepared to go to the next train, we were running up the stairs. And it was like a slow jog. We weren't in a rush or anything. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, I was falling. And I fell up the damn stairs. And, how people, trip and catch themselves before they hit the ground? No, I fell up the stairs and caught myself by my hands. And I don't know how it happened. And all I could think was, this is going to be a great part of the blog post. But in any case, we ended up making it to BBQs, table of 5. And it was just, good times, good people, nasty food, and good drinks. Texas size extra shot, you can't really go wrong with that. BBQs is good for a Texas size, but not for food. The food is gross. Honestly speaking, the food is nasty. But in any case, that is my week-long roundup. I had a great week, and I'm hoping that this coming week is going to be just as awesome. I was really, really proud of myself for getting out and doing things that are outside of my comfort zone. I'm really, really proud of myself for saying, you know what, you deserve to treat yourself, and you should treat yourself, and actually treating myself. Really, really proud of myself for doing things for me that I've been saying I was going to do and haven't done. So, in the end, I had a great week, and I'm hoping for many more and all that good stuff. And before I say bye to you guys, until the next time, let me show you my artwork from Paint Night. Hang on. So, this is my painting. To me, it looks like an elephant. That's because that's what it was supposed to be. It is a very technical painting, and while I did appreciate going, my instructor second-guessed herself a lot, and I don't need you to second-guess yourself, because Lord knows that I can't paint, and I need you to tell me everything from A to Z and be specific about it. One thing that I thought was funny that my instructor said as we were painting was that we should paint like we're writing. Lady, my handwriting sucks. I write worse than a second grader. This is why I gotta make computers. But it was really, really cool, and I'm looking forward to the next one. But in any case, thank you guys for listening to this whole 23-minute thing here. Have a good Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.